So hi everyone, good evening. So host, am I clearly audible? Is my voice clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, thank you so much. So hi everyone, good evening. So welcome to yet another live by THiNC Institute of Design. So yesterday, was the Nift examinations. So you all have attended well. So yesterday we have come with live by analyzing the CAT examination and also the students' reaction live video, how they have attended the examination and how was the examination for them. So today in this particular live, we will be discussing the GAT part of the BDAS examination. So yesterday we have discussed about the CAT section, but today we are going to discuss regarding the GAT part, the general ability test of the Nift examination, especially the BDAS part. Okay, so let's start. So we have created a poll in our Telegram channel regarding how was the Nift Gat examination, the BDAS examination. So considering that particular poll result, the Nift Gat BDAS examination was moderate, and the side was relative comes to the moderate tough section. So most of the students vote like it was moderate and also tough at the same time. So majority comes under the moderate tough section. So we guess the BDAS GAT examination was relatively tough comparing to the last year. Some unexpected questions or the hardness of the question was quite a little bit high comparing to the past year's examination. So we can let's check one by one. So how the examination, the questions, where the question and from where the question asked, the kind of topics which they have been included in this year examinations. So considering the GAT BDAS question paper in general, so like we have mentioned, as per the poll, the examination was quite tough. So especially the language section. So it was too lengthy and also tough at the same time. And also some questions from the language section, the English question were relatively hard. So comparing the last years, it was a little bit hard also. The kind of words was a little bit confusing also. So we haven't expected such kind of questions for the hard questions in the next section. So generally they have in the past year, they have asked quite simple questions, but this year the hardness, the what level of question has been leveled up. So also, so because of that, the language section, the majority of the questions. So we'll be discussing about the GAT part. It consists of, so generally the BDAS GAT section is 400 marks. There will be 100 questions, 2-hour duration, and there will be negative mark also, the 0.25 negative marks. So in that particular GAT part, the majority of the question comes from the language part. Majority means the 50% of the question comes from the GAT part, and around 35 questions from arithmetic and reasoning, and 15 questions from GK and current affairs. So that was the weightage, relative weightage for the subject. So while considering that the language has a very high weightage, and it is in that particular subject or in the section, the questions were relatively tough. So the one major thing students mentioned was the navigation of the question. So even though the questions was also tough, and also the navigation of the question was relatively tough, because in the past years they have been divided into a different section. So once there's paragraph question, there will be paragraph question. One, there will be some question related to antonyms or synonym, that will be antonym or synonym. But this time it was a mixed up one, so it was quite difficult. While mixing up these questions, it was quite difficult to navigate in between the questions. So that was difficult. And again in the language section, and well, we come up to the GK part, GK and current affairs section. So the current affairs section was relatively easy, and the most of the questions from the current affairs section come from the 2020 year. So that year, the questions from that particular related to 2020 year has been asked in this year examination. And also, since The language section was difficult, and also the kind of paragraph and a mixed up question. So that particular paper, the GAT section, was also time consuming also. So that was one major thing review we got from our student. And another major thing which we would like to share, we have always expected the tagline question or brand ambassador question or fashion related current affairs in the Nift examination. But this year, surprisingly, there were no such kind of question like brand ambassadors. So in the previous years, that was a short questions. But this year they have included such questions like taglines, brand ambassador, or fashion related oriented current affairs. So that was the major thing related to GK. And like we have mentioned, the questions from each section were not given at place together, especially in the language section. So navigation was difficult. That was the point. And overall, in general, comparing to the previous years, the GAT section was tougher. From the poll also, and also from review from students, it was quite tougher comparing to last year's examinations. So let's look one by one. So first we will go through the general knowledge question. So the question was like this. The first question, which we are going to discuss, is which is the world's largest plateau. So it was the Kinkai, the Tibetan plateau. So the option was there in the question paper. And also the next question was related to full form of SPM in pollution. They have clearly mentioned the word is related to pollution. So the answer was suspended particulate matter. And another question was the captain of Indian women's hockey team for Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Again, the sports related questions were always there in the Nift examination. So that kind of question were expected. So there was also, so the question like this, the captain of Indian women's hockey team for Tokyo 2020 Olympics. And the answer was Rani Rampal. And another one was related to like sobriquets, like some nicknames of the countries. Like this year's question was, the Finland is called the land of dash. So you have to fill. So there was option like land of thunderbolt, land of thousand lakes, land of midnight sun, and land of golden fleece. So the correct answer was land of thousand lakes, and land of thunderbolt is Bhutan, and the midnight sun is Norway, and golden fleece Australia. Okay. So the next question was full form of BRICS. So the answer, right answer will be Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So another GK question was, which movie won the best film award in Oscars 2020? And the answer is Parasite. So another question was related to headquarters. So again, headquarters related or organization related question was asked in the previous year question papers also, and such kind of question can be expected every year. So this time they have asked the Central Glass and Ceramic Research Institute, the headquarters. So and the answer is Kolkata. And another question was, where is Hollywood located? So it is Los Angeles or California, USA. Okay. So again, the question was, who won 1983 World Cup? And again, we think it is related to the our Cricket World Cup. And again, the answer is India. And another interesting question was the capital of Somalia. And the answer is Mogadishu or Samar or Hamar. So that was the answer. So I think one among these answers were there in the question papers. So another question was full form of NASA. Again, I think abbreviation related question were there. I think two again right now, around 2 or 3 questions were there. So they have asked different kind of full form. I think right now we have discussed around 4, like SPM, we have discussed BRICS, NASA, and again like SWIFT. So for NASA, it's a National Aeronautics and Space Administration. So again, another question was full form of SWIFT, and we are also not that sure about that particular question. So we are just mentioning that. So another question is pitch is related to cricket in the same way court is related to what? And the correct answer is tennis. So that was the portion in GK. I think, I think full form of questions, abbreviation kind of questions were more there in this year's GK question. I think around 4. Yeah, I think around 4 SPM, BRICS, NASA, and SWIFT. Yeah, around 4 questions were there from abbreviation, expansion. So yes. So the next section, we will go to the arithmetic and reasoning section. I think the particular section, the arithmetic and reasoning question, from the review from our students, I think they were quite direct questions. Also, there is no that much confusing question. The questions were direct and also quite easy, the arithmetic section. So that's a common review we have got from our students. And again, I think almost all the kind of topics in the arithmetic and reasoning sections can be predicted. I think because there are some limited topics in arithmetic and reasoning around 20 and 24, and also there were 35 questions. So we can almost predict the entire question where what will be the topic. So again, as per our predictions also, and what like we have discussed in our live sessions, such kind of question were there in this year's examination. The questions were related to simple interest and compound interest. So again, such kind of topics were always there in the Nift examination, and also board and stream related question. And seating arrangement question was like this: A, B, C, D, and E are sitting in a row. B is to the right of C, A is to the left of D, and right of B. E is to the left of C, and who is sitting in the middle position? So that was the question. Again, seating arrangement. So such kind of question was there in also in the previous year question papers. So again, yeah, that was expected. And series related question. Again, number series or alphabet series or missing set. So such kind of questions were always there in the Nift examination. So another category of question is something related to numbers. So solving the equation, or what is the unit digit of the product of the following numbers. So number related questions were also there. So simple interest, compound interest, or bottom stream related question, seating arrangement, series related question, and numbers. So that kind of question were always expected. So moving before the next section. So we would like to give you an idea regarding our upcoming sessions also. So those who are preparing for JEE paper 2 and NATA examination, we are coming up with our latest batch. So for more details, you can contact us at 8086 111 number. So let's continue. The next question, again, it comes under the arithmetic and reasoning type. Ratio and proportion related question. So again, the topic was always expected. So find the proportional kind of questions were there. So yeah, and also they will give the proportion, and you have to find the value. So the direct question. So two numbers are in the ratio 5:6. If 20 is added to each of them, the ratio becomes 7:8, and the numbers. So that was the question. Again, ratio and proportion. We can always expect that kind of topic. And again, speed, distance, time related question, and also clock related question, and coding and decoding related question was there. And related to clock, so the question was like, find the angle between the minute hand and the hour hand of a clock when the time is 15 minutes past 6. So that was a question. And regarding the coding and decoding question, so R, K equals football, cricket, and SR for football, golf, and GK volleyball and cricket, SGM for tennis, golf. So find the letters corresponding to football, volleyball, and cricket. So that was the question. So again, proportion related question was there. So again, I think we have only sorted out some questions, only some topics. There were also other topics related to arithmetic reasoning also, arithmetic and also reasoning. So only we have included the topic which has been got from our students. So that's why we have restricted to this particular topics. So next we will move on to the language section. Like I have mentioned earlier, there were long passages and also, and like similarly, so there were questions related to that particular passage, and there were filling the blanks questions, synonyms and antonyms, odd one out according to the meaning of words, and idioms and phrasal verbs questions. And I think all of these category of questions were expected, whether filling the blanks or in the fill in the blanks preposition kind of question. And again, I think the most interesting was the synonyms and antonyms. I think the kind of words they have been using, I think that is really like some quite different words. Like they have been asked about the titular or pandemonium, pusillanimous, and Brobdingnagian. So these kind of words, some strange words has been included. I think in the previous year they haven't used such kind of different variety words. That was quite similar, quite simpler in the last years. But this year, I think even we cannot really pronounce such kind of words. So they are like that, the kind of words they have been using. So yes. So that was the major thing regarding the GAT section. So again, I think there was question in the chat box again by Pavinesh. There was question once again. I will read. So hi sir, GK was easy. Yes. So mathematics is very tough. Okay, Pavinesh. When Nift result, I think published. So Pavinesh, as per the official notification, they have clearly mentioned the result will publish in mid-March. So you can expect your result around in March, mid-March, or after mid-March. Can I get 70 marks, sir? It is good or what? Bad. I think in GAD, if you score 70 marks, it is quite good score, I guess. And also comparing to, I think, that will be. But again, the main thing is we cannot predict any such kind of question. Only we can only say a mark is good or bad only after the result, because it's an all India examination. There are certain factors we just need to consider: the toughness of the examination, the number of students who have been appeared. So every year that will change. So 70, we just have to wait. But again, I think it was a quite good score. Okay, so yes, so that was the questions. So that was the one we have been discussing, the GAT section. I think we have almost discussed. So first we have discussed going through the GK question, arithmetic, and also the language section. So the comparatively, the GAT section was a little bit tougher for almost students. So that was the common review from the student side. And yes, like we have mentioned, the navigation kind of question, and also I think one issue which has been faced by the students was auto submissions. So the time has been ended, and also there was some auto submissions. So we have received some queries regarding that also, whether they will take it or not. So I guess so that was some concern they have raised. So apart from that, so that's the major conclusions. So the GAT section was quite tough as per the poll also, and these kind of things. Again, the language section was quite difficult, and yes, so that's a major thing. So that's it for now. So I think no more doubts in the chat section also. So again, yes, thank you guys. Thank you so much. So if you are having any more doubts, you can just type your doubt, or whether you have to clarify anything. So you can just type it on the chat box. So our team will be there. So thank you everyone.